This video is brought to you by Squarespace, helping you make beautiful websites quickly and easily. It's happening again, dear viewer. You've got to cram for your biochem final tomorrow. Your taxes have to be filed by the morning, and your sadistic boss is making you prepare a full analysis on the state of the doorknob industry. It's going to be a long night. Thank God you've got Adderall. Now, biochem's a piece of cake. Doing your taxes is exhilarating, and there's not a single thing more stimulating than the illustrious doorknob industry. You're so focused, so efficient, so in the zone, it's as if you're a superhuman. Or perhaps you've become something else entirely. In the book Our Post-Human Future, political scientist Francis Fukuyama argues that neuropharmacological drugs like Adderall aren't just a nice little boost when things get tough. Although many benefit from such treatments, Fukuyama argues that when abused on a large scale, such drugs could even threaten what it means to be human. Humanity is a complex concept. Although there is no single X factor that defines human nature, there are some essential genetic characteristics that Adderall de-emphasizes, like rambunctiousness and inattentiveness. Therein lies the problem. Arguably, Adderall degrades our basic human nature. Characteristics that were once normal are now defects that must be cured. Imagine a world where all our defects can be eradicated, where you can choose your baby's eye color, gender, hair color, where people can eliminate unwanted genetic traits, diseases, and construct a perfect designer baby. Fukuyama claims we don't need to wait for science to perfect genetic engineering, because we'll get there much sooner through pharmaceuticals. Will such a world erase all difference? Will it narrow our definition of humanity? More importantly, who decides what is normal and what isn't? If your boss all of a sudden doubles your workload, must you do whatever it takes to keep up with his new standard of productivity? If you can't hack it, does it mean there's something wrong with you? Are you a subpar worker or even a bad person? Like all good citizens, we will do what is necessary to better ourselves, to be a winner. Is our society approaching a dystopian nightmare where drugs like Ritalin and Adderall function as a form of control, where a social mechanism dictates the changing standard for humanity? Perhaps the scariest thing is just how darn useful Adderall can be. In fact, it works so well that it's used as what Jasbir Puar calls cosmetic neurology, where people who aren't diagnosed with ADHD take the drugs to be better than well, to enable them to succeed within the system at levels far beyond their normal abilities. Wall Street bankers snort Adderall. Football players take it to focus on the field. College kids take it to study. It's ubiquitous. For Fukuyama, the danger of Adderall is that it produces a population who are changing their very nature in order to optimize their efficacy within the system. In the long run, it creates a population of compliant bodies to be easily managed and controlled. Good productive workers who are able to focus beyond what is otherwise humanly possible. It forges super workers in an environment where if you're unable to keep up with your super zoned-in co-workers, well, you might find yourself out of a job. Kind of like the baseball players that couldn't get into the majors in the 90s because they weren't on the juice. Then again, could the same not be said about drinking coffee to jumpstart your morning? Or taking a shot of gin before asking out that honey across the bar? Or taking a scoop of pre-workout powder before killing it at the gym? How do we draw the line between a harmless supplement and a humanity-altering drug? The difference, dear viewer, is that although coffee, alcohol, and workout supplements might assist you in performing challenging tasks, they don't threaten the idea of normal. What makes Adderall dangerous is that it pathologizes normal human attributes. Social pressures like having to be able to stare at a computer screen for 8 hours uninterrupted are addressed by pharmaceutical companies on a large scale, until not being able to do so is considered abnormal. Fukuyama is most famous for his proclamation that we are living in the end of history, that the fall of the Soviet Union left us with only one real working system: globalized capitalism and liberal democracy. But 10 years after making this proclamation, Fukuyama paints a picture of pharmaceutical-aided human evolution that may threaten such democracy. If human nature is fundamental to creating our notions of justice, morality, and the good life, then what happens once that nature has been irrevocably altered? Will democracy disappear along with it? So, dear viewer, what do you think? Is Adderall leading us down a dangerous path? Is it no big deal? Or is it the next step in human evolution? Hello, dear viewer. Need to put all that energy and focus into something more productive? Why not build a beautiful website with Squarespace? Squarespace has made it easy for anyone to make a glorious website, and they're giving you 10% off your first order when you use the offer code 8bit. With gorgeous templates and easy-to-use do-it-yourself tools, they've made it simple for you to create the website you want. Go to squarespace.com/8bit or use the link in the description below to sign up today. You'll get a free 14-day trial, and you can see for yourself. Don't forget to use the offer code 8bit to get 10% off your order. And we're working on more great videos for you. So if you're not already a subscriber, be sure to click on this fetching doorknob and you'll be taken to our channel page where you can find more episodes. And be sure to hit the subscribe button while you're there. As always, thanks for watching, beloved viewer.